The summer of 1980 brought still more time for them to be together and a chance to train for 6 weeks at the West German Skating Centre in Oberstdorf. The Nottingham couple were in their element, able to skate on their own, uninterrupted, for 6 hours a day. Their presentation on a higher level than ever before. When they arrived at Hartford, Connecticut for the 81 Worlds, they were seen as possible gold medalists. But the jump from 4th to 1st in a year was almost unheard of. Courtney Jones, himself 4 times world champion, remembers his first impressions of them well.
Well, I suppose it must have been the year they won the World Championships in Hartford, because that was when I was judging them. And during the course of that season, they had improved immeasurably. And I don't think any of us, when we went off to Hartford, expected them to win the title that year. I think it was as unexpected for them as it was for me as a judge, and as unexpected for everybody.
It was a shock almost to me when they won the World Championship in 1981. We didn't think they had the potential to get that far, certainly not that quickly. And our fear then was, in fact, that they'd done it too quickly because they had another 3 years to soldier on before they got to Olympic Games, which is, of course, is the highlight of every skater's career. And we were wondering how on earth could they improve upon that for 3 successive years.
By October, as the accolades and awards came flooding in, they'd been made NBEs. But the adulation and attention began to bring its own pressures, and at the 82 Worlds in Copenhagen, wherever they went, they were under constant scrutiny. They were leading after the compulsories, but it was in their original set pattern dance that they first showed that they were taking the sport into areas it had never been before. Their choice of music, Larry Adler's rendition of Gershwin's Summertime. It had the slowest tempo allowed by skating's ruling body, the ISU, and so had the greatest degree of difficulty. Some had raised their eyebrows at the task they'd set themselves. As soon as it started, the doubts were erased. Its haunting quality reached out and touched all but the hardest hearts. The verdict, 6 perfect sixes, and in the next day's free dance routine, more judges were convinced that they were now on the verge of perfection.